So I'm just using some recycled paper.
And I'm looking at the rose that I picked from outside. I want to first look for shapes. This whole thing is like a big circle, that's right. But inside of the circle are little ovals. Some of them are kind of funky shapes, but most of them are kind of ovalish, or in this case it actually looks like heartish. But first on the page, I'm gonna try to enlarge the rose, which is to make it bigger, and then I'm gonna draw the whole thing, and then I'm gonna break it into parts. So a gesture drawing is light and fast. And I see that it's mostly a circle, so I'm gonna mostly get a circle on the page. You should get to a point where you can do a gesture line drawing really fast. It's the way that artists, if they're drawing outside in nature, things move a lot with the wind, or if you're drawing people, they just move. So it's good to learn to draw fast. So I'm gonna get all of these shapes in here real fast, just looking at the big shapes that I see. And I see that there's some mostly ovals with kind of curvy little bits. Okay, now I've pretty much finished my gesture line drawing. And now I'm going to do what's called a contour line drawing. A contour line drawing is darker, slower, and moves around all the edges and gets the details. It gets the edges and what are called the ridge lines. That means the lines that happen inside of the drawing. When you capture the imperfections, things that aren't perfectly round and uniform, things that are kind of weird actually make your drawing look more real, because in real life, things aren't perfect, not exactly perfect, okay? So learning to see the imperfections and to create them is a really powerful thing. It makes your drawings look very realistic. Oftentimes we want things to look perfect, but they just don't look real when they're perfect. They look like a cartoon. And I notice this petal bends over like this, and it looks like two shapes. This part and that part where it's bent, it kind of bends over like this, folds over. Okay, so after I've done that, I'm going to come in with my eraser, and I'm going to erase out parts of the gesture line that I don't need anymore. I always make mistakes, so it's good to have an eraser, but I try not to use my eraser until the very end. Okay, so I see this is this, and I left out a petal that kind of comes down, and then there's this cool negative space. It's almost like a diamond hole where the petals come. Oh wow, that's interesting. So if you study plants, you have to learn to draw them. It's the best way to get to know a plant, is to try to draw it. When you try to draw things, you really see them like you've never seen them before. But you have to put on your artist eyes and really, really look. Look for shapes first, and then walk around the edge of every little thing. I still need to come in and add a little bit more to the center, I think. And there you have it. It's an enlarged flower using gesture and then contour lines to capture it.